We'd like to welcome everybody out there on the internet, on Twitter, on Ustream, podcast, Facebook, and every other medium in which you find yourself participating with us once again here on FutMex Live with another edition of the Mexican Soccer Show. I am Wiso Vasquez, a football enthusiast and a diehard fan of the Mexican national team, who has the pleasure of being joined by great individuals. They have the extensive soccer knowledge that I don't have, but they also share the agony with me, the pain, the melancholy sometimes of being a fan of El Tri. So all the way from Banana Slug Country, I'll make sure I get it right, from Santa Cruz, California, a writer for ESPNFC.com, and has a great Tumblr blog type called The Big Verde. Meet Cesar Hernandez. What's up, Cesar?
Hey, we saw. I dig your jersey, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we decided to wear the exact... Does mine have a number? Yours doesn't have a number, does it?
No, mine's there's no number at all. I'm
just kidding. All right, also
it's cheaper that way.
Joining us for the first time here on FutMex Live on video, he has also participated with the Mexican Soccer Show and founder of Pancho Villa's Army from Austin, Texas. What's up, Sergio? How's it going?
Hey, what's up, Lisa? How you doing?
By the way, you gotta just applaud. He was definitely very prepared. This was going to be video. He went on and he already put on. I hope that's how you look like every day, man. You go out to work.
Wait, hold on. I'm a little thirsty. Hold on.
There you go. And it's all the
colors. There you go, man. Let's do this.
Nice. And obviously all the way from Los Angeles, you can find him on the internet using his extensive knowledge about El Tri to dominate any rivals on the internet, fighting and trolling mostly U.S. national team supporters. He's also a writer for us here at FutMex Source and other soccer websites. Joel, how's it going, buddy?
Hello.
All right. A man of short words, but he's got a lot of knowledge. All right, well, today we have a great show for you guys. We're going to be talking a lot about the Mexicans abroad, the Mexicans in Europe, and we have 51 days away until the big dance here, until we're in Brazil, until we face Cameroon, we face Brazil, and we face Croatia. We'll be talking, I have our buy or sell segment, and we have a new segment of us as you guys there on Twitter, on the internet, went ahead and tweeted us some of the questions that these guys will be answering. They'll give their honest answer, and who knows how it goes from there. We'll be talking about the Libertadores, León and Santos, and we'll touch the Liguilla, one more date for the playoffs to start. So let's just dive right into it, guys.
Right.
First off, 51 days until the World Cup. I'm going to throw it out there. Any worries?
There's always worries. I wish it was like 151 days. I think it'd be much better if we had that much time to prepare. But yeah, 51 days. I mean, obviously it's a World Cup. There's so much things to be excited about. But as a fan, as a critic of the national team, it's nerve-wracking right now. It's going to be great. I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping like Bielko just like choose the best players, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Very nice. I mean, it's we always would like more time, but it always seems to be that way. I don't think I've ever felt, oh yeah, we have it. There hasn't been any years that I can remember that we got that. But obviously, This is a year for us to worry, guys. It's 51 days. Sergio, how are you feeling about it? You think we're ready, or what else do we need to see?
Look, man, I'm excited. It's a World Cup. It's a party. It's a new tournament. There's no reason why we can't get there. I mean, be positive. We got this. We are going to make it to the fifth game and beyond. I know it.
That's what I like to hear.
Dude, yeah. Dude, I'm the weird guy at the party in the back, like freaking out, just like not wanting to talk to anyone. Just
Joel, 51 days to go for to the game. I guess maybe 52, 53 days until Mexico plays. Any worries for the World Cup?
No, none.
None. That's how it is. He's just ready to go. All right, guys. Well, we'll jump into our buy or sell segment right away. These are three segments that we have, three statements that they're going to be able to answer. These aren't questions. These are just buy or sell. First one, Chicharito will leave Manchester United this summer. We've seen that in the news recently. If you watched the game yesterday and been following Chicharito, he's been pretty upset. I wrote a little column on FutMex Source seeing how he's so valuable, how he takes his chances. So statement one, Chicharito will leave Manchester United. I throw it out there to Cesar. Buy or sell?
Bye. I mean, I know the rumor has it that David Moyes is out of Manchester United already. So some people, of course, they're trying to reason and say like, well, maybe he should still stick around. But currently, Manchester United is a sinking ship. I think there's some excellent offers out there, and I think he's too good of a player to just be sitting on the bench, to just be not being utilized at all whatsoever. And I think it would be pretty exciting to see him play in La Liga. It'd be exciting to see him play in Serie A as well. I mean, at this point, any team. I don't care which team it is. I hope it's any team. And I guess
goes the cat.
my cat hates Chicharito, so he just had to come in and say a few things about that. So,
Joel, buy or sell, Chicharito will move to Manchester United this summer.
Bye. I think he wants to play. He wants to be a starter. He won't get that at Manchester, so whatever team can secure him that, he'll go to that team.
He'll go to that team. Yes.
Guarantee him playing time.
Now,
I think he wants to be the starter of the team, not just get minutes here and there.
So
and he deserves to be. Yeah.
So a team like Inter, one of the largest teams, will they start him? I mean, or does he have to go to obviously?
See, that's where you guys are talking. I don't understand why you guys are saying bye. I mean, if this was January 30th or 31st, I'd say bye as well. He's got 6 months to play, a team that guarantees him playing time. At this point, what's the point? It's not like Moyes will be here next season.
So you're
the new
selling
coach
it.
might want him. The new coach.
I like it.
Wait, you're saying he's gonna stay at Manchester?
I'm saying if I was Chicharito with the World Cup behind me, why not stay at Manchester United? I'm happy.
Really?
I've made friends. I'm in a comfortable situation. I know the other players. We know that he can beat
That's being
and win and
conformist.
earn a starting role there. He has to prove it to a new coach, not to David Moyes. That's what we need to remember, guys.
So if David Moyes is out, Sergio says it makes sense. He's the one that's leaving. If obviously David Moyes was the problem and people are leaving, why not with the brand new coach and make it? But at the same time, is Chicharito worth to be he wants to be the starter in the team. So I definitely see that, Sergio. I have something to share with you guys, and I'll be putting it up briefly here. It's a little table that we have, and if you can see it, so if some of if the producers can put it up, and if you can see the games being played. Was that your cat again, Cesar?
That was my cat.
Nice.
Sorry, yeah.
You
might see her every now and then. She's very opinionated about Mexican soccer. So
it's a comparison. So we'll keep going. It's a comparison of games played, minutes played, and goals. And if you look at it, it compares all four of the teams. All four of the players: Danny Welbeck, Robin van Persie, obviously Wayne Rooney, and Chicharito. And just staggering the amount of minutes. I mean, if you're looking at the games played, 28 games played, and has 13 goals for Chicharito, as opposed to Wayne Rooney with 33 games played and has 13 goals also. Obviously Van Persie with the most goals, but also looking at 44 games played with 29 goals. And Danny Welbeck, who has amazing link-up skills, has 34 games played with 2 goals. So we can see that the problem is obviously David Moyes and not looking at this. And not only that, I mean, his minutes per goals are amazing, 106.9 minutes. Every goal in 106.9 minutes, as to even Wayne Rooney 190 minutes for each goal. In his accuracy, 50 total shots with 33 shots on target compared to Wayne Rooney 77 and 40 shots on target. So if we look at it, every time Chicharito does play, it's staggering. I mean, the evidence is there how much he's doing what he's supposed to be doing and scoring on what is that. So how David Moyes, and we can just see, I mean, us fans can say, put him in, but obviously the stats don't lie. And that's where I see him, where another team might snatch him up and say, I know we're going to have you happy and you're going to be able to start. And I think that's where he'll go. So, but at the same time, I think him going to another larger team. I think Cheech needs to have starting from 90 minutes. I think he needs to be the star in the team. And I'm thinking a mid-level team in Spain, even England. I mean, maybe a mid-level, even though United is a mid-level team right now. But I'm looking at that. So that's where I kind of see it. I don't know if I buy it or sell it. It just depends on who's going to come in. I mean, who's going to come in.
Well, and how does the fact that no Europa League, no UEFA Champions League play into that equation for you guys? I mean, I think for me, as a Mexico fan, it's not a big deal because I want him to have minutes before the World Cup. After the World Cup, I want him to be established. I want him to get regular playing time, but I don't need him playing constantly in all those European leagues yet.
Well, I mean, how many more? I think there's 5 or 6 dates left. I mean, in the EPL, or how many?
I think it's 5. I don't think.
I
Or
think
maybe
it's
even
5.
4. Yeah.
So I mean, those are the dates, and then he's back. So how much is he really going to play in time? I think, and then they'll be at the camp with El Tri. So I think everything's pretty much after. How much is he going to get playing time now? Who knows?
He's not going to get much.
Good news is that he probably won't get injured. So hey.
Hey, they could still get injured at practices.
Yeah, you're right.
Except if you're Neddy Castillo.
You better start lighting your little Vela on right now, dude.
Let's not talk about Vela. All right, statement 2. I'm just kidding. Statement 2, buy or sell. Ochoa will be left out of the lineup for Brazil. We'll go with Joel. Buy or sell it?
Wait, left out from the squad or
Yeah.
from not playing the game?
From the squad.
Like the 23-man
No,
roster.
I think he's getting called in.
So you sell it.
Yes.
All right. I think we'll throw it over to Cesar. Buy or sell? Ochoa will be left out of the lineup.
I would say it's pretty easy to say, like, sell that. No, he's definitely be called up. But at the same time, it seems like right now, at least from what all those like reports are saying recently, that Talavera and Corona are the 2 confirmed goalkeepers right now. So it obviously leaves space for one more. And it's interesting because obviously Ochoa is a magnificent goalkeeper, but at the same time, Munoz has been much, much closer with Piojo than Ochoa has been. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Piojo brought in Munoz, but I'm gonna have to say, I don't know, Ochoa's skill just like surpass anything that Munoz could do. So I'm gonna say so.
Sergio, buy or sell? Ochoa will be left out.
Well, I'll tell you this much: Ochoa's not going to be left out. Ochoa's going to refuse to come because they're going to tell him that he's not the starter. I think with Piojo saying this week that Corona was a sure-in, that he would be he's going to be the starter. I mean, Corona pretty much, or Piojo pretty much said Corona's going to be the starter. I mean, he confirmed him as a goalkeeper with a spot locked in for the World Cup. So Ochoa's going to say, "I'm not coming. Thank you very much." I think Munoz is going.
Wow.
I think they'll let him. I think they'll let him play one game. They'll throw in one game.
Or just like fly him out, just like
He could
one
have
game.
Cameroon.
Just like
He could have Cameroon.
Hey, Munoz earned his spot in that Cruz Azul final. That's all I'm going to say.
Guys, I'll tell you this, man, and we're talking about who's going to make it and who's not going to make it to the World Cup, right? I'll tell you this. On everything that I've looked at in marketing, and maybe, as we know, the Mexican national team is huge in marketing with Adidas, with Movistar, with the Panini and everything. Ochoa has been left out on the Panini book,
Oh,
and it might not, and might just be a little theory out there, but also on FIFA 14, the World Cup, it's Corona, who, I mean, Ochoa is there, but Corona is the starter, and you don't see that much, which I would have thought Ochoa was everywhere, except where he needs to be. Las Manos de Ochoa, the Home Depot commercial, and everything. But you don't see him that often. You don't see him that much, except for his "vamos, vamos, vamos" on his during.
Panini also has the Nigris.
Yes.
So are you saying the Nigris is coming in? Wait, also not having sponsorship might make him, lower his demands to be a starter.
I'm just throwing it out there. He wasn't in the Moderato video also.
That's what I was about to say.
so you don't see him everywhere. And so it's, I don't know. I mean, I think Ochoa is definitely good, but at the same time, it's good that we're having these problems. Corona and Ochoa are really good.
I know Johnny's going to castrate me on Twitter, but I don't think Ochoa is that good.
Oh,
I mean, he has
Really?
look, yeah, he's got great reflexes. A 20-yard ball, he'll go flying through the air. A one-on-one, a corner kick, a set piece, he comes out very timid.
I think he's doing a lot better job. You watch Ajaxio on Ajaxio games, however you say it, right, Cesar? I mean, where do you
and
see
like
him?
week week after week he's been doing really well, and it's like not uncommon for him to be voted as in League On, not even League One, as one of the better players every weekend. I think there's a huge difference, and I know this argument has been thrown around everywhere, but I think there's a huge difference between going up against like Zlatan, like Ibrahimovic, going up against Monaco, I think like Marseille, as opposed to, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I think Corona's a great keeper, I think Talaveda's a good keeper, but I think it's a world not a world of difference, but it's definitely a step up to play in Ligue 1 than it is to play in the Liga MX. And I think
You're
for a goalkeeper,
right.
yeah.
But is he that leader that Piojo's looking for in the back that gives confidence to the defense? I don't see that. I see him so shaky sometimes that the defenders don't have confidence in him.
And I think you have a really good point. There's a reason why he's always been snubbed out. We've seen it. He's been the best. He's the top. And in 2006, in 2010. It's time and time and again, the coaches, there's something about it that don't trust. Is it his leadership? Not that we see a lot of him, and you can only tell if you're friends with him or if you talk to him all the time, but he doesn't give you that leadership out, I'm going to take them. That's maybe something that the coaches want. So I think that he'll still go. I think Moises is probably going to be the one that's going to be out. Corona will sure be there. But at the same time, who knows? It's so funny how unpredictable right now it could be that if Ochoa does make it, we'll be like, oh, okay, well, he's in Europe. And if Corona makes it, oh, okay, that's because that's that's Piojo's choice. And if Munoz makes it, oh, okay, that's because that's his America's choice. So if Talavera is the starting keeper, I think that would be more surprising than anything because he's really good, but he's not in the top. I mean, I think even if. To be honest, even if Talavera is the starting keeper or Corona or Ochoa, I think they're all great. So I mean, my issue is not with our goalkeepers. I think we're fine with our goalkeepers. That's right. One thing that I can at least say. It's good to have a discussion where who's going to make it instead of someone getting that. So that's great. Yeah. Statement number 3, and we're not going to spend a lot of time, but just kind of covering, just so we can say we did. And your thoughts quickly on obviously the number 1 Mexican striker right now, Carlos Vela. Vela will not come back.
Did you see that goal today? Ooh. Oh man, that goal was excellent.
Vela will not. He scored another one today, or did he score one
2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Was that 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago was awesome. So Vela will not come back to the national team ever. Buy or sell? Keep the emotions out. I'm just kidding. Cesar, start with you.
He'll never come back to the national team. I think that's a little too far-fetched. I don't know. I'm going to say, I guess it would be sell then. Because, I mean, I'm still a little surprised that what professional soccer player would turn down the opportunity to go to the World Cup? And I think hopefully within 4 years' time, I think Vela is going to be even better than he currently is. And I'm hoping that him and the FMF will somehow, make up whatever that, because there's so many things I don't understand about like what went wrong. I know there's that whole party situation, but I highly doubt a professional soccer player could turn down an opportunity to play the World Cup again 2 times in a row. So I'm going to say he's going to come back. It may not be for another year or 2, but I think by the next World Cup cycle, you'll see him come back.
All right, Joel.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
So So you think he will come back? He'll make up with FMF.
Yeah, or he'll keep saying the same thing that he's gonna play and then turn it down.
And turn it down.
Yeah, he keep trolling us.
Which he had been doing that a lot. And Sergio, what do you think? Buy or sell?
I'm gonna have to say buy. I don't think he's coming back. He is one of those players that surprisingly doesn't really feel the sport. They asked him a question this weekend. Who do you like better, Real Madrid or Barcelona for the Clásico? And he's like, I got some movies I got to watch. I mean, what kind of player who's a professional soccer player that loves the sport would say that?
Someone has a lot of movies, apparently.
He's keeping his options open.
To him, it's a job. It's not a passion. I don't think he sees his life or his playing career defined by his Mexican national team appearances, and that's unfortunate for us.
Very, very good point.
Yeah.
Something that I was going towards that, but then you see him play. In last World Cup, you see him play in 2007 with the 17 and under, and there is a fire on him. So something happened. because it wasn't like he always felt that way. When he beat the United States 5 goals and he was scoring for that final in the Gold Cup final 2009. I mean, it was happiness. It was he was there. I mean, he was enjoying it. Obviously, what happened with the party, and obviously what happened with him being snubbed with the Copa America, Copa de Oro. Obviously, it felt that, and people take it differently. And he just said, "Forget it." I think there's a problem there that nobody really wants to talk about, and everybody knows. Just it'd be a big PR nightmare if the FMF, regardless of what it is, and he's keeping it quiet. It's obviously not the coaches like everybody thought. It's obviously not anybody else in the team because he was there before. So I think it is the Federativos, and regardless of if who's right or wrong, taking that stance, I think only hurts his career. He's one of the best, especially in Spain to his assist. I think he is the assist leader in La Liga. So I mean, you're looking at it. Why wouldn't you want to excel at the World Cup? But obviously more than he doesn't want to. You can't even find him in the play.
Do you think this World Cup? I mean, would this World Cup make him a more eligible person to go to Real Madrid, Barcelona, or something like that, or just his playing at Spain? I think he thinks it's sufficient what he's doing in Spain right now to warrant another call up to a big league team. I don't think he thinks he needs Mexico.
No, yeah, for sure. He's doing it everything. He said he'll do it. He's working on his club, and he doesn't need it. He doesn't need Mexico here to do it. And I think that's what will happen. I think he will leave soon. But he is really happy from what I've known, from what I've heard.
And very Spanish.
Yes. You do get that way, I guess, when you move out. I mean, Madonna had an English accent, and whenever you go. All right, we'll move it on out. This new segment we have is we ask you guys on Twitter, we ask you guys on the internet to send us some questions, and we'll be able to answer them about, I think, we picked out 3 questions here on Twitter. Cesar, are you still there? Looks like Cesar might have. He'll be coming in and out, but we'll go ahead and answer them.
There you go.
There you are.
Hey.
So this one comes from Pedro Mota at Pedro Mota 89. He asked, "Who's gonna beat Piojos Bofo for the World Cup?" So for your little background knowledge, obviously referring to Javier Aguirre and him taking Bofo to the World Cup, leaving Jonathan Dos Santos, Mr. Instagram selfie, out of the World Cup. In other times, you had in 2006 La Volpe bringing his
El Cuñado
Chiquis Garcias, bringing him in. You always have to have, I'll let you in for whatever. And then I think La Puente, he also, who did he have, Jolie? Who did he bring? Who was his Bofo?
He had Rodrigo Lara.
Rodrigo Lara, that's right. It's like, what the heck? So I turn it out to you guys to answer Pedro Montes' questions on Twitter. Who's going to be El Piojos Bofo for the World Cup? Joel. I'll start with the man. Joel.
Yeah.
Does he have one?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't. It's Zavala.
Podcast over.
No.
Everybody shuts it down. So
yeah, I don't know yet.
Is it even fair?
He hasn't had the team that long.
Is it even fair to say maybe Bofo's out there?
I think it's gonna be Massa
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
He's gonna bring him, even though he's probably have. Well, he has.
I think Massa's already a guarantee, though. I think it's probably gonna be. I think it's probably somewhat like, if I was to guess, it's not that much of a stretch, but I think it's gonna be Munoz. I don't know if he is actually be called up, but I think just because of his familiarity just through America. But if there was someone like that, I'm guessing it would be Munoz. But
Moises Munoz.
That or Topo.
So pretty much anybody in the back end for America. He's not just gonna bring one. Piojos Bofo is gonna be the defense for America. That's what everyone's looking like he's saying, right?
Well, we're not worried about the attack right now. It's the defense, which is a little more worrisome right now. So,
Sergio, do you have anybody who's gonna be Piojos Bofo this year?
Gerardo Torrado.
That is cute.
Ooh.
You called him?
Gerardo Torrado even in about 4 years ago.
No. I seriously think it's going to be Munoz. I'm being honest. I think Ochoa's going to say, I don't want to go unless I'm a starter, and he's not going to get that guarantee.
I think if that was true, then I don't think Ochoa would have came to the last game, because he probably said, you're only going to play one half, and he still made the trip.
Yeah, but I think that's where he had to come and play to make sure.
He
So
had to come
he
play.
had to come to at least get a chance. Now that he had a chance, and now Piojo's going to say no. I like what Sergio's saying. He's saying, well, no, we're not. And we have seen him do that before, right? He took Vela. It's like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. No, we'll do that. I don't necessarily have anybody. I don't think it's going to be as controversial. I think instead of taking someone and as who's going to be left out mostly. I think that's going to be more of the problem. And whoever's left in will probably be like, yeah, all right, he deserves it. So it might be a shocker.
It's really which Europeans he's going to leave out. That's the question I think everybody wants to know.
Yeah, is it going to be Gio? Is it going to be Aquino? Is it going to be Guardado, who right now is not having such a great time in Bayern? If we don't know if he's injured or he's not, he did come on some radio show saying that he's not very focused on the World Cup and that he's looking at pretty much trying to get out and where he's going to be at. So, all right. We'll say the second question we have from Mr. Al K at Al Catero. If you had to make a choice between Gio or Chicharito, who would it be and why? Sergio, Gio or Chicharito? One or the other. That's it. Some kind of rule that you can't take both of them. Who would it be?
Well, I think I got to go with Chicharito. Production value is just there, and you don't need an enganche in Piojo's system. You need a striker to put the ball in the goal, and I think that's Chicharito.
So somebody said it. Gio is the Allen Iverson for Mexico. So much talent, but just does not give you what he really will give. I don't know. I mean, I was there live in 2011 looking at what he did to Tim Howard in the Gold Cup, and I think forever and ever he will always be my starter for that. But I'll always keep him. So, Joel.
But do you play him for 90 minutes for that one spark that might happen?
It was that good.
I know. I cried.
It was that good. I mean, if you look at it that.
I wish that goal was on a t-shirt
Gio.
or something.
Joel, why would you go with Gio?
He's just been a bit more consistent with the national team. Chicharo he hasn't really been playing that much.
He hasn't even playing that much.
Yeah. I mean, it's just for this tournament, so I'll take whoever is currently doing better.
Let me just say, obviously it's not a fair
Chicharito
question.
has 35 goals in 58 games, guys. What are we talking about? He's productive.
And isn't Gio? I mean, he just barely got back from injury, so right now you will take a barely playing Gio. It's not a good question. Let's look at this. They're both at their best. They both have been playing. They both had miraculous careers. This one, who would you take and why? That's the question. It is a hard question, but we'd like to answer it. So it gets us thinking. So, and people have preferences. I think right now people will start Gio over Cheech, right? Peralta Gio is what people are saying out there. Definitely out there, and then having Cheech as a super sub. But Cesar, who would you like to have out there?
I think as much as I like Gio, I think Piojo's current system doesn't necessarily need Gio. But I guess using that argument too, I guess we could also say that Chicharito isn't necessarily, the best player to be working with Piojo's system. But I think Chicharito would be a little bit more of a clutch player, and I think anyone who says that he has lost his touch or he's not that great of a player and he's just a poacher, I think people who make those claims are just ridiculous. I still think he's one of our best forwards. I still think that he's an excellent top-class world player. So I would choose Chicharito. I think he could potentially, even as a last-minute sub, he might provide, the last-minute goal that'll bounce off his face or off the back of his head, in the World Cup. So I'll choose Chicharito.
Good.
Hey, Cesar, let me ask you a question. Do you think Raul Jimenez is better prepped to be with Peralta up top to start?
Yes, I think, and I know everyone says the argument as well, but I think Chicharito didn't really work that well with Peralta. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because they kept running into each other. But I think I'd rather have Jimenez working with Peralta at this moment.
Yeah, I see the same thing.
Very nice. I think Chicharito gives us that. I mean, when he puts it on there, a lot of people don't see his leadership, but if you've seen in games that matter, he was up there in the World Cup running back and forth, clocked faster than Gareth Bale, as I would like to add. I'll put that on there in my argument.
Games that matter against Costa Rica, he did really bad.
Everybody did really bad.
Everyone did awful.
Everyone did horrible, and I blame Vucetic for not going in there and giving him something to play for in the way that they were going out there.
Huevos, dude, huevos.
You don't have to give him anything to play for.
Yeah,
it was all there already.
Actually, he did miss a couple of them. But moving forward, the last question from Tony Medina at El Maestro 2TM. Kind of a double question. Are you confused about L3 in this World Cup, meaning this year? Is it going to be the World Cup sleeper in 2011 and 12? That team, is it that one that's going to show up? Or is it going to be that god-awful version in 2013? What team is going to show up? Are you confused? I guess we're talking a little bit about mentality, maybe. Obviously, they're different teams, so we'll throw it out there. How do we answer that? Sergio.
I think it's mentality, like you said. I think we'll see the Mexico that came out in the second half of the U.S. game. I think you'll see a Mexico that's been motivated by Piojo for about a month during train-up. You incorporate the couple European guys you do, and you relax everybody. This is not a team with any pressure. You're going in with no pressure whatsoever. Even Mexican fans who are always on top of the team are kind of taking this World Cup a little more relaxed.
Yeah, are we really going to beat Spain and the Netherlands in the second? Let's just do our best instead of
Exactly.
You're going to have to get to that quinto partido because you're going to get a bad side. But everyone knows you're going to face Spain, so I definitely like that.
Yeah, I think we got a good. We can build off the momentum for that second half and have a good World Cup.
Very good, Sir, Cesar.
I think we'll definitely go into it. Like Sergio said, I think we'll go in with a great mentality. We're probably going to listen to like Voyaganaad like 11 times straight. Going up into these matches. But I think it's that even if we're going up against Chile in the second round, it's going to be brutal. I think. But and as I mentioned, I think it was on the last recording. If we can make it out of the second round, that would be a World Cup win for me right there. I'd be happy. I don't care if we lost like in the quarterfinals like 15-0. I'd be pretty happy if we beat Chile or if we beat Holland or if we beat Spain in the second round.
Let's not forget about Australia, our brothers down there.
Australia, that's right.
Be able to make
That's
it in
right.
Group B. I definitely get what you're saying, and most fans are like this. When that World Cup game in 2002, people were more nervous about that game if they were either going to face the U.S. or they're going to face the Germany. And you feel that way. If we face Chile, we're forced to beat Chile because even though they have an amazing team, but we're like, all right, we can beat them. If we're facing Holland, if we're facing Spain, we're like, well, these guys are world class. Let's just give it out. We'll be the underdog. There's not that much pressure.
Yeah.
And you know what? Those are the teams that we actually beat going back to other World Cups. France, Germany, Italy. We're looking at those where we're probably going to beat, but those guys fought in the last. So I definitely see that mentality. Who's going to come in? I think, as Joel has said it before and talking to him, this is going to be a remake of the 1998 team coming from behind and doing that. So,
Guys, let's talk about Spain. I mean, are they really that impressive right now? Barcelona is their backbone. I'm not too impressed with Barcelona.
Yeah, but Real Madrid
I think a
is
half
also...
decent. I think a half decent Spain will always 9 times out of 10 beat us like in any situation.
I don't know. I would disagree. I think Spain. I think we could. Let's not get spastic, but I think we can play. A good game. We're not going to get. I think Germany will get trashed. I think those taller, physical, tall, fast teams are going to beat us. But Spain, I feel like. We can at least stay in there, maybe not lose trash, but I can get that. So, Joel, to answer what team's going to come out, the 2011 inspired.
You answered for me already.
I
feel like they're gonna. It reminds me of the '98 squad. I think they're gonna go down fighting. They're gonna have that mentality.
Wasn't it in '98? I think it was the first round. Last time we played Holland, didn't we? Was it Luis Hernandez who scored that last-minute goal, the 2-2 goal? Was that the one from '98?
Yep.
No, it
was last time we played
Pelaez.
Holland. Was it Pelaez? I thought it was Hernandez who scored.
I think he scored the first one. He scored the first one, and Pelaez scored the second one.
And trying to get in. Obviously Italy, and we're coming from behind, and if you go back and watch those games, they're great games to watch. Good. Talk about Luis Hernandez. He came out last week saying, there's nobody there that has that leadership in that team, and there's nobody now that has, they have to rely on cohesiveness of the team. But I always ask, where was that leadership in penalty kicks when they left us out when losing, in 1994 and in that. So not necessarily leadership is going to get us through it. I think it is a team. So we'll move on. Obviously, that was our coverage for El Tri and the Mexican national team. 51 days away and it'll be here before we know it. Pretty soon we're going to start getting lineups. Piojo's not going to he's not going to call the 30-man. He's going to automatically call 23-man. That way he got no time to waste with the team. And there isn't going to be such a large camp as previous years. Obviously, when everybody's done with their competitions with what is La Liguilla and the teams. And that is a great for us to go in to moving forward with today's podcast and FutMex source here with the Mexican Soccer Show. Let's talk about the playoffs. One more date. 11 teams fighting for 5 spots. Obviously, congratulations to La Máquina de Cruz Azul. Congratulations to Los Choriceros, to the Diablos Rojos of Toluca, and out of nowhere, Pumas, got to give it out with Goya, Kachun, Kachun, Ra, Ra, to Pumas making it out and securing them for the playoffs. Who would have thought they're in last place, and now we have in there. They have secured the Liguilla spots, so those that are out, obviously Tigres, Veracruz, Puebla, and Atlante, who's being relegated. So we're looking at this, first of all, I know I was, and I said this all over Twitter, that was one of the most boring weekends I remember in Mexican soccer. Everything was just America, it felt like everybody was on slow motion. What did you guys think?
No, there was actually goals this week. I was happy about that. Like, Monterrey scored 4 goals, Morelia scored like 5. I don't know, just like in Chiapas and Santos, there was like a 3-2. But then again, any Santos game is usually there's like plenty of goals. I know, just as a fan perspective.
Maybe I just didn't watch
else.
The right games. I was watching America. I was watching the León game. I was watching the Chivas Pumas game, and I just thought it was a bore. Snooze fest. The Tigres game was just awful. So, Sergio, did you get to watch any of the games this weekend?
I saw the recaps. I didn't get to see the whole games. It was Easter weekend, so we went out somewhere where there was no internet or cell phone service for the weekend.
What?
No.
Wow. Dude, I need to do that. That sounds therapeutic.
Come join us.
So let's see from what the weekend has left us. There's going to be madness coming up next week. Obviously, Santos, America, and Tijuana fighting for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spots. The ones that need a win, Morelia, Pachuca, Querétaro, and Las Chivas de Guadalajara will be able, just by securing maybe even a tie, will get us in. And obviously a miracle coming from for León and I think Monterrey and Chiapas. So I throw it out there to you guys. Will there be any surprises? Are those miracle teams be able to get in, like let's say León, who need people to lose and coming in? Or the winners are going to win and we're going to see the normals, not that big out there. So throw it out there to you guys. Will there be a large surprise or pretty much whoever's in already just making what they're supposed to do?
Well, I think I don't think there's going to be any surprises. I think the only surprise we're going to see is just Querétaro beating Pachuca and then stealing, like snagging that last 8th spot in the league, just because they're on better form right now. I don't know. It's just, and they're going to be having that home game up against them this weekend. So I could see Querétaro sneaking in, but I don't know. I think it'd be really difficult for all the other teams to go in. But who knows? With as close as all those teams are, I think in the end we gotta watch out for goal differential. With everyone having down here, I think it's like 20 to 24. I think Chiapas have 20 points, Santos have 24 points. So I think at the end of the weekend there's gonna be a lot of teams just separated, probably most teams separated by goal differential. So hopefully we'll see a lot of high scoring games. But yeah, I think Querétaro is going to be the only one who's going to be really surprising.
Yeah, you do see some interesting games. Obviously, León trying to get into with Tijuana in the Estadio Caliente, which what many people are saying, coming back from Libertadores, and obviously traveling from La Paz all the way to Tijuana, and then getting in there all in 3 days. So who will see? I don't think that they will get a point there. Tijuana do it really strong this season. Looking at Monterrey, obviously with Guadalajara, will need a couple of scenarios for them to get up there. And then Chiapas will also need some out there. So we're looking at, I think, pretty much the same. Anyone's out there, Sergio or Joel, on pretty much what you can see in the Liguilla as the last weekend?
I wasn't paying attention. I looked I looked at the game. Cesar was right. Luis did score that. It was in overtime. So that's
Yeah, that's when he comes out and
Something-
he does this, right? He comes out and he's like,
Yeah,
he just
there you
barely
go.
made it. Joel, you're Trump.
So
Sergio,
yeah, Liguilla, yeah, there.
Sergio, any thoughts on the last weekend of
Or on
Migo?
Easter.
Yeah, I
actually.
mean, I think like Cesar said, the big game is Pachuca and Querétaro. I think the winner there gets that last spot.
Pachuca and Querétaro, good. I think Morelia also could get in there, but it's mediocre. That like we said last week, that there's so many teams that are still fighting only in Liga MX. Obviously, with all the
Well, hopefully,
the spots.
hopefully it'll lead to an exciting weekend. That's what I'm hoping for.
I think it finally will. I think it will.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely recap that next week. And then one last thing, obviously, the Libertadores, which is a huge tournament. And if you guys haven't lived the Libertadores, because you're in the U.S. or even Mexico, talking to people, in South America, it is bigger. I mean, than anything. Sometimes even more than the World Cup, with the clubs down there. So obviously having Leon and Santos, who let's talk about it. Didn't have that great of starts last week. Santos losing 2-1. Obviously, and there is the away leg. And then Leon barely stopping by in the last minutes, trying to get the 2-2, and now we'll have to fly to La Paz. So I'll throw it out to you guys, Leon or Santos. Who's got a better chance to making it out, Cesar?
I think right now it's Santos. Leon have been kind of iffy through Libertadores so far, and if you kind of look at their schedule,
They beat in the Maracanã.
no,
So how was that?
but Leon, the team that they're playing against, Bolivar, they've already lost to them, or they lost to them once, and I think they've tied them twice because they played them a couple times in the group stage. And I think they're just going to be, really tired from from this weekend's play, and I think that the upcoming matches it's going to be very crucial for them this weekend as well for Liguilla. So I know I can see them struggle. So I'm going to say, and I think the Santos game, they're at home, and Santos have done all right so far this season at home. So I think I'm choosing Santos to go over. And this weekend isn't going to be nearly as significant for at least in the Liga MX for Santos as it is for Leon, because Leon still have a small chance to be sneaking in. So I think you're going to see it's going to be, I think Santos are going to go through, but I think Leon, unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be getting past Bolivar. I think that's where they are.
All right. Sergio, who's got a better chance?
I have to agree. I think Santos has a better chance, but I think Leon's still in it. I mean, I saw the game, and Bolivar wasn't impressive. I think Leon just had a couple of lapses in the defense, and I think that showed because Marquez wasn't there and leading that back line. This weekend, you saw a Leon with Marquez dominate Tigres. Even though they didn't have any of the other starters, you had a Marquez leading the back line, and I think that's going to make a difference when Leon goes to La Paz.
Very nice. I like.
So do you think that Leon's going to be using Marquez? So using this weekend, they're going to use him again. I forget when they're playing. They're going to use him again tomorrow, and they're going to use him next weekend as well. Do you think
No,
it seems like that'd be kind of difficult to?
I think Leon's given up on La Liga. I mean, I think he said it. Matosa said it a while back. He said our focus is Libertadores, and I think they played Marquez this weekend to give him some minutes because he's been out with an injury for the past week and a half or so. They gave him some minutes. He played. He looked good. I think he'll play again here in 2 days, and they're going to go for everything.
Very nice, Joel.
True.
Joel, what do you think, Santos or Leon? Who's got a better chance?
I think they both have a good chance. And then just going on Leon, going into La Paz, they usually depend on their altitude. Does never seem to affect the Mexican teams who are used to playing at high altitude.
Sure.
So I think that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, I think a lot of that they are depending on that in La Paz, and it'll be a lot harder for us to get. Sergio, you said it. With Rafa there, I think that's why they struggled, and you saw it. And obviously now going over there, the trip will be a factor, but at the same time, not because they're my team, but I feel like they went into the Maracanã. People thought they were done, and Matosas, that is his tournament. He wants to win that. He said it before. He would do anything to do it. And he really doesn't care about the Liga. There is time, but he's already also has been rumored leaving Leon after the season anyway. So getting that Libertadores title or trying to go to it will be better. So I'm gonna say Leon and Santos both advance, and then we'll really be in trouble because there's going to be a lot of they're going to be playing together. And not only that, the good thing that they won't have to fly to South America, and it won't be as bad for our players that are in the different that are going to be the Mexican national team, Gurlit, and Montes and Rafa from León, Peralta from Santos. So I think it's going to be a good week for us. I'm hopeful, and not only that, I think we'll be able to be victorious. But who knows? I thought León was going to be able to do it last year too, but I think it's coming in with me being the only León fan on the internet, as I think I am. All right, guys. Anything else on the Liguilla? Anything else on Libertadores? On the clubs that you guys worth mentioning for this week? La Volpe de Chivas saying that his team was going to play like Barcelona's against Pumas, or America just having a very, very just lethargic performance of the large ones. Suazo with his amazing goals that he had, reaching 100 goals now. Which I was taking a look at the current players that have over 100 goals, and you should definitely take a look at that list because it's very entertaining. As you see, Cacho as one of them that are currently there. Omar Bravo, Miguel Saba, which it looks like all of them kind of scored this weekend, but you're kind of seeing that. So anything else, guys? So you want to add up to about the clubs?
Probably the CONCACAF Champions League final this Wednesday.
Forgot about that. I don't know if anybody really cares, but that's right. Will Jose Corona actually played? I think that's the only news. I as of now, I haven't gotten any news sites that he's going to be playing or not. But you're right. The giant final that everyone's wanting to watch over anything. Go ahead.
Hey, they own the Twitter account, the Champions, dude. It's got to be legit.
Oh yeah, the Champions. That's right. We saw it. Oh, these Mickey Mouse tournaments. They're only good when U.S. teams are out of it, right? Where we can't go in and be like, see, you're still not at the caliber of the Mexican league. But I'm sure I'll get some hate mail for that.
It's still weird, though, just to say, like CONCACAF Champions League. It feels like sort of weird thing just to put the two together.
And then whichever Mexican team wins, they're going to go choke at the Clubs World Cup.
Yep.
Against some Korean or Egyptian club.
That's usually how it is. They're like, all right, we win this, we get to go to the Club World Cup, and then we are done against the Asian team. And if we even make it against a larger team, we'll be there at 2 a.m. watching him choke. So I'm not really too fond of it. I'll watch it. I'll see how they do, just mainly to see the players. But it's worth
do you guys have any
mentioning
predictions? Do you guys have any predictions for the game at all? Or?
I think a Mexican team will win. Is it? So who do you guys have? I mean, is Chewy? I guess Chewy's not playing yet. They haven't been. We're not. Who do you have, Cesar?
Toluca. I mean, it's just Toluca's on better form. Cruz Azul didn't have the best weekend, so I think I'm just going easily for Toluca. I think overall they're a better team as well.
Toluca. All right. I'll say Cruz Azul just because the embarrassment. You know what? No, I would want. And Jason's gonna hate me for this, but I just want him to be second place again. Just so Jason, if you're listening, I know you're gonna hurt, but just so it'd be hilarious that Cruz Azul can never be number one and get second place. So yeah, Toluca's gonna win. How about you, Joel or Sergio?
I'll go with Cruz Azul to break their curse.
All right. And Sergio?
I see more choking by Cruz Azul. They're just gonna choke, and Jason will be on here next week crying, so it'll be fun.
Nice. Well, all right, guys. That'll probably wrap up our show. This has been another successful Mexican soccer show here at FutMex Live. We have enjoyed it. I hope you have too. Please help us spread the word by tweeting the link, tweeting out, talking to your friends. If anything, at least give some kudos to my friend Sergio over here, who not only was he ready with
all decked out. Look at this guy.
I mean,
where you guys at, man? Come on.
I put the Mexico scarf on Leia over here just to get a little bit more.
I got this over here.
You got three, and then obviously Joel with his university
foosball.
Foosball. We're looking over for for a successful World Cup. Obviously, that's what we want to do. And please share this podcast and this show with anyone if you have out there on Facebook or on Twitter. We're looking to have some fun shows at the World Cup. I'll definitely be there. I can't wait to be there, and hopefully I'll be able to host it or be able to at least join it with you guys. So let's keep talking about El Tri. Last, just to say goodbye, Cesar at BigVerde.com, right? Oh, wait. Tumblr.
Yeah, the BigVerde.tumblr.com.
The BigVerde.tumblr.com.
The Big Verde, yeah.
Also at ESPN FC, you can see his weekly columns. And then Joel, who usually be writing for FutMex Source, usually is our content right now, has definitely look at his articles on all things El Tri. And then Sergio with Pancho Villas, guys, if you are attending any of the games here in the United States or even outside of the United States, get to know, follow this Twitter account, look for them on Facebook. These guys get together in every city and they have an amazing time from pre-parties with Pancho Villa's Army, and then they go to the stadium. They have a great tailgate, and obviously they have a huge section. I saw it live here in Phoenix, and I've seen them on other of my trips to other ones. Sergio, thank you for coming on. How does one join Pancho Villa's Army?
Just go to our website. Everything's on there. But more importantly, always follow El Tri.
All right. That's it. That's good to hear from everyone. Guys, this has been a great show. I'm glad we keep doing this. This is fun for us. Let's keep talking about El Tri out there. Let's keep sharing our stories. And I hope everyone has a great week. Talk to you guys next week. And, let's see what happens this week. Have a good day.